have arrived at Momo-con. And by arrived at Momo-con, I mean our hotel that we can't go into until 4. I am not in cosplay, I do not have makeup on, and I feel like shit, but we're gonna do this anyway. Woohoo! We all want to die. It's fine.
And he delivers ramen.
Oh, it's a video!
Yeah, it is. Hello. It's day 2 of Momo-con. I forgot to vlog a lot yesterday, but we're on our way to the convention.
It's hot.
It's very hot. I'm Buttercup right now, and I got that to do. So yeah.
As free as I was yesterday. I had on tights.
But yeah. I'm at the CNN Center in front of the Cartoon Network store because Powerpuff Girls. The rest of the girls and everyone in the group will be here soon. I just ran into our Rowdy Rough boys. They're gonna go eat and then they'll come back. But I'm super excited. Hey.
I'm super excited too. As soon as he said we're gonna go to the Cartoon Network place, I screamed and it sounded like I was having a stroke or something.
Super excited. I did this like coin press thing for Cartoon Network, like this. And I was hoping to get the Powerpuff Girl one, and I got the Powerpuff Girl one. You can't see it, wait. It looks like that. But I got it! You got the which one?
I got the, where the fuck is the camera? Yeah, I got the gumball one. I don't know if you can tell what it looks like, but
It looks like that.
It looks like that one right there. Look at it. Look at it.
Look at our pennies.
Our pennies and half $1.
Yeah. $1.02 well spent. No. It's totally Sunday and I forgot to vlog all weekend.
It's been a weekend.
So, I'm trying. I'm tired. It's been a week.
We're
Weekend.
exhausted. It feels like it's been a week.
Feels like it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
But I will explain stories later.
Because we got some stories, y'all.
Okay, so it's been about a little bit over a week since Momo-con, and I've had time to sort of mull it over and such. First things first, I gotta tell you the story about what happened Friday that caused such a big fucking problem. Basically, I was getting ready for the Final Fantasy 15 photo shoot. It wasn't like 15 photo shoot, it was like Final Fantasy in general. 15 because that's what I was cosplaying. I was in Noctis. And I was sitting in an area sort of, it was inside where Courtyard C is, where everyone was taking pictures or whatever. And like where people were walking by to go to graduation or whatever the fuck was going on. I'm guessing college graduation for whatever local college is in that area. But I was messing with my pass, like the con pass, and putting it on my lanyard that I used for my keys. It was a Voltron lanyard from some artist that was at the convention actually. I don't remember her name, but she's the one, and the lanyard was the one with the Voltron characters, and they were normal on one side, and if you flipped it over, there were cats on the other side, and it's like purple. If you know which one I'm talking about, then you know it's really cute and kind of expensive. But anyway, so I was switching my pass onto that lanyard, along with my Shout Out World pass. Shout Out World being sort of like a journalism, like advertising group for just nerd culture and stuff like that. You've probably seen them if you attend like local Alabama cons and like little ones outside the state. But it was a press pass, and it said Casanova cosplay on it. So if one of you guys saw it and picked it up and just stole my pass and lanyard and threw that away, fuck you. Honestly, okay? Because I left it sitting there. I don't know how. I had it in my hand, I thought, when I got up and left to go to the photo shoot. But when I got outside to the photo shoot, I realized I didn't have it. And so I sent my boyfriend out back to the place to retrieve said pass. And when he got in there, the fucking security guards in the place wouldn't let him pass and wouldn't let him, like, look for it because of fucking graduation. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. That pass costs a lot of fucking money, and I lost it, and I needed it. It was only Friday. Like, and I had panels. And so I was mega freaking out. So I go to the people at the booth where you pick up your passes if you were doing panels or if you're a special guest or whatever. And I went to them and I was like, hey, I lost my pass. Is there any way you can replace it? Like, I still have my panelist information. You guys have my name. You have my email. Here's my ID. What do you need for me to get a pass back? And I'm not talking shit on them. They were handling the situation like they were told to. Like, I'm not angry at the con people. I'm just angry at the situation. Basically, they had told me that I would have to buy a new pass. They weren't allowed to give me a new pass, despite the fact that I had multiple ways of telling them who I was and multiple ways to be like, yes, this is me. I'm not just trying to sneak into the convention. Please give me a new pass. I can't afford a new one. And they told me that I would have to buy a new one. And that was going to be $70 straight out of the pocket because I would need a 3-day pass because it was still Friday. And I panicked. I started bawling. And when I say bawling, I mean like I was sobbing. I was just cosplaying Noctis. I was kind of like standing there as Noctis, just crying and just looking real bad, and like my eyes were all red, and I was just wiping makeup all over my face because I was crying so hard. And I could tell the people at the booth felt really bad, like the ticket people, but like there was nothing they could do. So like I don't hold like a grudge against them or anything for it. The situation is just shitty. So, my wonderful boyfriend was like, don't worry about it, I'll buy you a new pass, just wait here and I'll go buy it. And I basically was like, no, I need to go back to the hotel room because, like, when I get so worked up to the point that I'm just sobbing and I can't breathe, I need to lay down, because I'm going to faint. I'm going to pass out from nerves and anxiousness and just, I don't know, like I was about to fucking hit the floor and fall out. So I have to walk through the convention crying. I'm just staring at the ground because every time I walk by somebody, people are looking at me and I'm crying and they're like, oh my god, why is that Noctis crying? Well, this is why this Noctis was crying, was because I was fucking destroyed. But so I make it back to the hotel room, which is a 10-minute walk away, by the way, through that park or whatever. Like, we had to walk there. So not only I'm like crying the whole way, like the whole walk, I'm crying. Even when I get into the room, I'm crying, and all my friends are like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And like, we explained the situation, and I'm just fucking dying a little bit inside. I go in the bathroom, I take out my colored contacts, and I take off my wig, and I take off all my clothes, and I get in bed, and I'm just fucking done. Like, I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna go back to the con. I'm upset. I hate this place. I want to go home. I just wanted to die. And my friend, Lance, who you would know if you saw them in previous videos as Prince Con on Instagram, being the wonderful being that they are, somehow managed to persuade them into giving me a pass without me paying for it. And that's because they had applied for 2 panels and was supposed to get 2 passes, but they only gave them 1. So when she went down there and told them that it was the same people that were like dealing with me, and Lance had actually checked or got her pass at the same time that I got my pass. So they kind of looked at them and they're just like, all right, we're gonna be nice, and they gave them a new pass. And so I got a new pass, and I just fucking wept. Like, I was yeah. So that's what that's what happened Friday. And that's why that random Noctis was crying throughout the whole convention center trying to get to their hotel. That was me. I was crying. I was dying. I wanted to die. So that's what happened. But it was fine. I got over it, and I went and did my panel that night. The Final Fantasy 15 panel on Friday night. If you went and saw it, thanks for coming. And shout out to that Ignis, because they were not part of it originally. Ours got really sick at the last minute and couldn't go. So that was cool. So yeah, that happened. Saturday was awesome. I woke up later than I intended because I wanted to get up at like 8:30, and I didn't end up getting up until like 11, which was fine because I didn't sleep the night before. Like, the night before Friday, I didn't sleep at all. So I went all through Friday. I went all through Thursday and Friday without sleeping. And then I didn't go to bed Friday night until like fucking 4. I didn't fall asleep. So I didn't get too much sleep, but it was enough. Saturday was awesome because I was with the Powerpuff Girl group, the really big one with like the awesome Him cosplayer, the awesome Fuzzy Lumpkins cosplayer. We had all the Rowdy Rough Boys, we had all the girls. If you saw us, that was me. I was the Buttercup. Shout out to that wonderful group of people. We had a blast, and you guys just made it so awesome, coming up and asking us for our pictures and just being really patient with us as we kind of slowly made our way through the convention center. We really had to take it slow for our Him, because they were walking in like 10-inch stilettos, and like kudos to them, because I would not do that. Like, fuck that. So that was really cool. But that was a lot of fun. That was the highlight of the day, honestly. After that, I changed into Haru from Free, like the sailor uniform. And that was really fun. That was the first time I'd ever worn that cosplay all together. It looked so good on me. I was actually shocked because I don't wear white a lot, so wearing that was really cool, and it fit really well because I'd bought it off Instagram from somebody, so I was really worried about it fitting. The pants didn't fit, but that was fine because it was just white pants. But the top fit really well, the hat fit, and I wore like combat boots and like gloves, and I just felt so spiffy. It was great. And then I changed into Damien for the Dream Daddy panel that night. I gotta tell this whole story because it was great. So, the Dream Daddy panel. The one that I invited my boss to. By boss, I mean like she's she's like a key holder at Joann's where I work, and she loves Dream Daddy, and her favorite daddy is Craig. And I was like, oh, well, I'm doing a panel, why don't you come to my panel? And she was like, okay, yeah, cool. So she came to my panel, and I didn't know how this panel was gonna go. For one, it was at 1 a.m, and we didn't have a full cast, but that was fine. Because all weekend we were like looking for people that were cosplaying it. We were like, yo, can you cosplay this at this time for our panel? And a lot of no's and whatnot, but that was fine, to be expected at last minute. So on our way to the panel, Lance, dressed as Amanda, sees this Joseph, and they were like, oh my god, a Joseph, I'm gonna go get them for this panel, because I'm sure that's where they're headed anyway. And we were like, okay, yeah, cool, go. And they rush down the escalators and they stop this Joseph, and they're like, you're a really cute Joseph, and you're a Joseph. Do you want to be in this panel that we're about to do? And this particular Joseph, looks at us and looks to her two friends and goes, is this really fucking happening right now? So we get into the panel after she says yes, she's in the panel with us now. Cool, yay, fun. This panel goes from 0 to 100 real quick. It starts off real slow, like we don't have full cast or whatever, we're just talking, we're all just having a good time. And then Bruce. If you were there, you know exactly what I mean. This young gentleman named Bruce walks into our panel, obviously drunk off his fucking rocker. We didn't know how drunk he was, because he was able to form coherent sentences and walk straight and whatnot. So he admits he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what panel this is or whatever. And somehow he ends up on stage with us, and people are asking him questions, and like one of the questions was, hey Bruce, how daddy are you feeling? And he was like, well, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so pretty daddy. And we all laughed and we were having a good time. He ends up making out with 3 men at the panel. And that's when we decided he was fucking gone. That boy was wasted. He needed to go. So, we got him escorted out, and, he had to go find somebody anyway, his girlfriend Brittany or whatever. And so he was left, and, then we come to find out after that the Joseph on our panel was no other than Layton. Who's that, you ask? One of the developers for Dream Daddy. That's right, we had the goal to ask the girl herself to be on our panel, and she said yes. In our defense, we did not know it was her. Or the other two. I can't remember their names, and I feel really bad about that, I'm sorry. But they had come to our panel just because they were like, oh, cool, another Dream Daddy panel. That's not ours, so let's go, and we'll see what happens. Little did they know, we dragged one of them on the fucking stage. It was a really big honor, because we didn't know it until like the last 15 minutes, because Lance turned to me and was like, oh my fucking god, they're the Dream Daddy developing team. And I was just like, oh my god, you're gonna tell me that all this shit, this panel that just happened, and they're sitting right there watching it happen? I felt so embarrassed, because like, I've never had a panel go like that before, like just go south so fast. So it was something. So after the panel, we got to talk to the Dream Daddy developers for about an hour. They were really sweet, they were super chill, really nice, answered every little question we had, and they talked to us about other things and stuff, and just, it was just really chill and really cool. And I remember telling them how honored I was about Damien in the game being canonly a trans male, because I too am a trans male, so cosplaying him really gave me a lot of like confidence, because he's like a feminine trans male, and I feel that mostly because I can't afford like to go through the process of transitioning, and really the only thing I want to do is top surgery, because bottom surgery and testosterone doesn't really appeal to me, but that's just me. Mostly because my voice and face are fine, it's just the chest. So, and cosplaying Damien for me was really a way to be a feminine male, and I really enjoyed that. It really made me happy, and to meet the people that made that executive decision was really, it was inspiring, to say the least, and I really enjoyed talking to them about it. And Leighton actually asked me if I made my cosplay, and I was like, oh no, I thrifted it. And she seemed super shocked by that, and honestly I am too, just because of the way it looks. It's like the frilly shirt and like a cool vest and stuff, and like honestly I just got lucky at that thrift store that day. But yeah, it was a huge honor, and I hope to talk to them again because they were just really cool people, honestly. And my boyfriend is a big super mega fan, like huge, and he was so excited to talk to them and just like honestly just talk to them. Like he was over the moon. He wasn't gonna show it, but he was just, and I could tell, and so that made me happy too. And we were all just super excited, super elated that they came to our panel, first of all, and that they agreed to be in it. So that was really fucking cool. Sunday wasn't that eventful. We had to wake up and clean up the hotel room and get everything out at a good time and like go park somewhere else so that way we can go back to the convention for a little while. I honestly didn't do much other than walk around the dealer's room. I didn't get much from the dealer's room. I got that print of Nico, and I got a print of Danny Phantom. It was really cool. I got like a Noctis keychain, the one that's double-sided, and like one side's him like as a 20-year-old and the other side's him as a 30-year-old. It's so cute, honestly. And I bought bookmarks that was like China and Japan from Hitalia, and then the other one was the whole Asian family from Hitalia, and they're super gorgeous and beautiful. And what else did I get? Oh, I got Jujo Romantica manga, just cause, no particular reason. It was like volume 9 and 14, but they look really old and vintagey, and I really dig that, and I will always buy yaoi manga, honestly. But other than that, like, I didn't really buy anything, despite having actual money. My boyfriend bought me a new lanyard since I lost mine, or it was stolen. Looking at you, whoever took it, and didn't bring it to Lost and Found. Thanks, you caused a lot of panic, my dude. But the new lanyard is really cute. It's Miraculous Ladybug, and we all know I'm a fucking sucker for Miraculous Ladybug, and it's just like little chibi faces of them, and they're really cute, and I love it a lot. So like, sucks to suck, I guess. But yeah, that was basically it. But thanks for watching. I know I didn't get a whole lot of footage at Momo-con. As you can tell, a lot of shit happened over the weekend and was just a lot. So here's the footage I did get, and I hope you enjoy. Last minute shout out to Shout Out World for just being an awesome group of people. always helping when they need to, and they're just really cool people. Like, if you would go check out Shout Out World, they're pretty cool. Shout out to Prince Con, aka Lance, for saving my fucking life during the convention. Shout out to my boyfriend, who also saved my fucking life during this convention. And shout out to the Dream Daddy development crew for being awesome and like chatting with us and just having a good time. And Bruce, wherever you are, I hope you're okay, and I hope you found Brittany. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and as usual, stay fabulous.